Hi, everyone. I hope everybody's had a great day and you are ready for some great instruction about the Green Gap and also some great stories from Matt and Sherry Poyant.
Yay.
Welcome, Matt and Sherry.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
Why don't you guys first just tell us a little bit about yourselves? What do you do and where are you from?
Sure. We are from Rhode Island. Matt's from Massachusetts, but been in Rhode Island quite a while. We've been married for 22 years. We met at the University of Rhode Island 30 years ago. So we've been together quite a long time. We have a 16-year-old son, Andrew, and I work part-time as a college professor teaching early childhood students, focusing on literacy and other early childhood subjects. And tell them about you.
Sure. I went to school to become a pharmacist, and I'm still working in the retail aspect of pharmacy. It's been a great job financially for our family. We're just looking to expand to other ways of making income and working more from home. I would love to do that.
Right.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
I love martial arts and any kind of running. We love hiking, anything physical to keep our family in shape.
Yep, I'm a marathon runner. I ran my first marathon at 46, and I'm a ULA coach, and I also do health and wellness coaching and teach some courses on on healthy weight, and so it's we're busy, we're happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys will have to come to Arizona sometime and do some.
We would love that. I do not like the cold weather, and it is, there's snow on our deck, and it was like the snow squall before, so I would love that. We'll take you up on that.
Yes.
Please do. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well, tonight we're going to talk about the Green Gap, which of course is an ULA course that just became available. And Darla and I are both certified coaches, and as Sherry said, she is certified in this Green Gap framework. And Matt is living it along with Sherry, so he knows all about it too.
Yeah.
And just to go over a brief introduction of what is the Green Gap, well, it is basically a way to reduce your debt while you are also saving, creating an emergency fund, and then further on investments for your future, and still have fun. There's a lot of programs out there that are debt reduction, and they focus so much emphasis on debt reduction that sometimes you're not doing anything else. And so we found that if you don't have an emergency fund, that is a big downer. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
The emergency fund really gives you the power to think, oh, I have that $3,000 in the bank in case my brakes go out, or in case the kids all of a sudden need braces and I have to make a down payment on braces, or there's a medical emergency of some type. Any of those things can happen to any of us at any time. And having that $3,000 in the bank, readily accessible, is an awesome feeling when you know that you could take care of those things if you had to.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. We've had that happen to us where our water heater has gone, and
Furnace.
a furnace, different things, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, and you need to replace that. We just had a tree that we had to take down that was $1,000 to take down a tree, but if we didn't take it down, it was going to fall on our cars. So
I would have done it myself.
Yeah, no, it was in the wires. But having that money and knowing that you have that in case of emergency is so fabulous. And like in the Green Gap, we talk about, it used to be like $1,000. Really, you do need that $3,000 because expenses have gone up. And if you need to replace your furnace or something, $1,000 isn't going to cut it. So when you have that and that emergency is going to come up, it helps you feel better and
Peace of mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it also keeps you from putting that expense on a credit card.
Yes.
Which we're going to talk about here in just a little bit.
Yes.
All right. So in the Green Gap course,
Mhm.
one of the things that Dr. Troy asked us to do is what was our first money memory?
Mhm.
And if you think back to maybe your early childhood, sometime maybe when you first started earning money,
Mhm.
just think about that. I'm just going to throw that question out there. Nobody needs to answer it tonight except for yourselves. And think about what that was.
Mhm.
Did that money memory give you a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset? And what do I mean by that? Well, a scarcity mindset is something that says, oh, there's only so much money in the world, and I don't have enough of it, and other people have all of it, and I have to get it all before somebody else does. Could apply to money or land or any food, toilet paper. Not that anybody knows anything about that in recent history. But scarcity mindset is that we're going to run out.
Mhm.
And what we found going through the Green Gap course and also through the ULA course is there really is a different way to think about that.
Mhm.
You can have an abundance mindset.
Mhm.
I can have everything that I need, and Darla can have everything she needs. And Matt and Sherry can have all the abundance that they need and that they're willing to work for. Opportunity is out there everywhere.
Mhm.
You guys agree?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Sounds like you're taking advantage of some of those opportunities now,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah, we are.
Wait, I have a question.
Mhm.
So if I make money, will there still be enough for you to make money and for them to make money? I want to make money, and what if there's not enough money for somebody else to make money?
There definitely is. There
There's
is
more?
plenty of money out there.
There's more.
There is more.
But I love you guys, just like love. If you love someone and give it away, you'll just get it back.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
See, that's where my brain just goes to love, and I have an abundance, and then I figure I have an abundance of money,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just an exchange. It's just a tool.
That's right.
Right.
And when good people have the money, good people do good things with the money. So you can spread that love and abundance to other people.
Exactly. That's how you get more money. Love on it. Love each other.
Okay, Darla, what's
Okay,
next
sorry.
on our list?
Had to have a
All right. So one of the first things about the Green Gap, as we mentioned last week, is to establish a budget
Mhm.
and stick to it. You guys feel like you've done that, I assume?
Yeah, we've always had a budget. Sometimes when we've had more money and haven't stuck to it as much, but we've always had I've made a printout of all of our expenses and all of our bills. But with the Green Gap, it really made us take a look at those like last 3 months of what we had spent. And sometimes you've got your budget like, oh, I forgot to put Netflix in my budget.
Right.
I forgot to put my son's gym membership, and he's, going to the gym more right now, so it's costing a little bit more money. Or there's Christmas gifts or birthday. So it kind of made us just put everything in there, because then you really have that idea. There's no lying to yourself. Like, these are our expenses. And can you pay those expenses? And if you can't, what can you cut? Or what can you, as we're just talking about those income streams, what else can you earn to help pay for those bills? So having that budget really,
And
really
what I
does help.
like too, not making it for the whole year. Like you look at it each month, or
Mhm.
because Christmas, there
Yeah.
are different months, different needs or different wants, and it'll follow a budget.
Yeah. One of the things I've always done the budget, because I think for a while, because I stayed home for 5 years, so I kind of took over doing those things, and I kind of kept doing it. And I'm going to be honest, I'm more of a spender than Matt. I mean, I'll just, be, but I love that we just did that together. And this isn't all on me. So I don't have to worry about the finances all the time. Like, is doing it with me and looking at this together, and we're holding each other accountable
Yes.
for we have dreams and we have, visions of what we're going to do, and we're going to do this together. Shouldn't just be on one person. I didn't really realize that until we started sitting down and doing this together.
Exactly right, Sherry.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you have established what your expenses really are,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of establish that budget, Dr. Troy says we need to identify the gap between what our expenses cost us and how much money we're making.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever heard the phrase, "Oh, I've got more month than money"?
Mm-hmm.
Phrase to be stated. A lot of people say that, right?
Yeah, it's hard.
And so what that generally means is you've got a red gap at the end of the month. You've got more expenses than you do income. So I can get my hands on the right side. And it's not a good situation. And that's where a lot of people live, unfortunately. They are living paycheck to paycheck, hoping that the check comes in and that they can pay for those bills that are coming due that week.
Mm-hmm.
And just not a good situation at all. I've lived that way before.
I've lived that way before.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's not
Stressful.
fun. Definitely
It's
not fun.
stressful.
Yeah.
So identifying the gap is the next big step.
Mm-hmm.
Then we want to basically, when we actually have a green gap, so that's when we have money left over at the end of the month.
Yay.
We want to divide that money up and, as we stated earlier, pay off our credit card debts and whatever debts we have. And we also want to save money at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we've got that emergency fund, and that if we have the emergency fund, then we're starting to work on 7 months of an emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? Why would you need 7 months of an emergency fund to pay all your expenses?
Right.
We needed it when I left my full-time job. We were lucky that we had that 7 months of expenses, and it's come in handy over the last few years as we're building our
We gotta
business.
build it back up now.
Yeah, but it was there when we needed it, when I had some health issues. So if we didn't have that money, I would have had to keep working, and that would have put my health at risk.
Right. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And what about the just past year? How many people lost their
Yeah.
job
I know.
in March and April last year?
Mhm.
And if they had had 7 months of income sitting there to pay their expenses, think how much better off they would have been.
Yeah.
A lot less stressed, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Use a credit card if you need to.
You could use a credit card.
Hmm.
And then you might get into a situation. We'll ask Matt and Sherry what they think of that idea. Okay. So once we have divided the money out, and we've also kept some money for fun, right? So we still have fun every month. We want to maximize the gap. So what are some things you guys did to maximize the gap in the process you just went through?
Yeah. We definitely decreased some of our spending. That was we made budgets for the groceries and, different things that maybe we would have just kind of gone to the store and just bought whatever we needed before. And I mean, we still get
Subscriptions that you forgot about.
Yeah, kind of going through your credit card, like, ooh, I forgot that I had that gym membership to Planet Fitness. I never go there. It's always just in case, or, these different things. And then the other thing is we're working on increasing our income. Like, even Matt, tell them about your hobby that you're making money from. It's amazing.
Well, when my son was younger, we'd always sit at the table and, do arts and crafts like any family would do. And while he was doing his own thing, I would draw portraits, and some of them came out pretty nice, if I don't say so myself. And recently, people have reached out to me and said they would love to have me draw a portrait of their animal or a family member. And I've started making a little money doing it. So it's great. It's a hobby that's turned into a little sidekick.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's
An
very
artist that makes money while they're alive, that's almost unheard of.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have little things. We have different business income. We have an active leisure wear line that where we partner with. I have coaching, so we're always looking at a little Etsy shop. There's so many different ways that you can, to me, use whatever your passions are, to help others and to bring in that little bit of extra income. Especially there's so many people that are crafty and can do things like that. So
that's right. Excellent. You guys are very good examples of that abundance mindset we were talking about a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to cover on the Green Gap tonight. We're going to ask you guys some questions about some of the specific misconceptions that a lot of people have about a few things that we identified for ourselves when we took the Green Gap course.
Yeah.
So, Darla, go ahead.
So what did you guys find out about when you were going through all of your finances and look at your credit card spending? What misconceptions did you have about credit cards?
Oh,
A
a few. I mean, we kind of, sometimes you know these things, but when it's in front of you and you're looking at it and you're like, I need to face this, sometimes you can just push it aside. But, we've used credit cards and we were in a really good pattern. We would pay them off every single month. But what happens when you use a credit card, really you end up spending more because you're not really looking at your budget. You're just like, oh, I'm just going to get that. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to, get it on Amazon and just click, 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 click. And what we found was we were like, oh, well, if we use a credit card, we can get points to go to Disney, or we can get points for our flights. And really, we probably could have just saved that money from what we were spending. You're spending to get points where you could have just been saving for your vacation. So that was one of the things that we realized, and we've, getting rid of all of our, the personal credit cards, because I feel like, and we both have discussed this, that you're not really sticking to your budget and when you're using that credit card. It's very difficult.
It's easier to veer off if you have it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just pay that next month, or, oh, it's okay, it's just $30. Well, $30 here and $30 there and $30 there adds up to a whole lot of money.
Right. And it sounds like what you said, Sherry, was that almost like you would spend more because you're going to get more points.
Yeah.
True.
And then you get all these little things. Oh, you can put your cell phone bill on your credit card, and you can put this on to put, and you can put, I don't know what else it was. It was Netflix, all these different things, these services that you have are going onto your credit card. And then all of a sudden your credit card, you're like, whoa, the bill is high because, you've got all your, gas, electric, and all that kind of thing to get those points. And it's really just, in the end, I don't really think you're getting more points. You're spending probably more money than what you would if you weren't using them.
Yeah, and I think what we found was because it's just that one bill that you pay, pay the total, right? And you don't go look at all the line detail of everything. That these subscriptions and things like that, like Netflix or whatever, we found things like that we could eliminate and already have this year because, oh, we're paying for that? We didn't know we were paying for that. It was free that first month, and then free more all of a sudden, and we forgot about it.
Yeah. Sometimes you even look at we were looking at our cable bill. We don't watch the news. We really don't watch TV on, we have Netflix on, so we got rid of our cable. We're like, why do we have this? We're not watching it. So people like, you don't have no, we don't. I don't know. Last time I turned on, the thing we put the TV on is we watched like a Netflix or something on there. Yeah. So that saved a whole bunch of money.
Not only that, but since I haven't been watching TV, I've been drawing more.
Yeah,
so
and we're spending more time together. And sometimes once a week we'll watch a Star Wars movie on Disney Plus. It's a lot less money than having that however many, $100, $200 cable bill.
Great idea.
Yeah.
What, 100 channels and not much is on?
Yeah.
I was like, I watched one channel. I watched the home garden channel. I'm like, we're paying all this money for one channel.
Right. Well, how about another question?
Sure.
A lot of people have a misconception that leasing a car because it's cheaper per month is the best way to go. What did you guys find out about that process?
Well, we're going to be completely honest. Like, I have leased a car for probably the last 15 years or so. And Matt had a truck that we had paid off and he was using. And then that truck we ended up buying
Deceased.
a car. Yeah. And then he leased a car, and it gets you. Sometimes you, like you said, you think that you're getting a deal because you're able to get this really nice car at a kind of affordable, depending on what your lease is, payment. But really, you're paying into that car, and then you own nothing at the end. Like, you own nothing. It's here you go. You've rented it, and you've paid all that money, and you have nothing to show for it. You can't go back. Okay, we can't go back in time because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody learns. But we would change, and we wouldn't have leased cars. These will be our last leased cars. And, we will, going forward, we'll be buying a car. I'm looking at and then once you get into a lease, it's very difficult to get out because I said, well, maybe we can see if somebody will buy my lease out. And then we could buy, our son's going to be 16. He's, going to be driving. So I said, we could get 2 for the price of, what I'm paying. So I would not recommend it. We fell into the trap of leasing the car. And then once you lease and you've had this car and then you want to get into the next lease, oh, well, your tires are this and this is this. We can give you a deal on the next lease. And then what happens? You end up rolling into that next lease. So it's a lesson learned, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it hasn't been a hardship for us financially, but if we're looking at things at being smart, with our money, it's not a smart thing to do.
Right.
So I'm all about fun with money, and I heard that you guys made a vision board because we also need a vision board.
Yeah, actually,
Yes, we did.
What we want to do. So tell us about your vision board.
Yeah, we have it. Matt's going to show you because we were so excited about it. Can you see it? So this is our vision board. It's kind of hard to see, I'm sure, up there. But one thing I want to say about vision board that I learned from a coach of mine is it's a cork board and it has little pins. So you can take things on and off. But what we decided to do is we have these little thank you stickers down here. So as things are kind of coming true on our vision board, we're putting a sticker. So this was my son. He made his high school basketball team. So he had added a few things on here. So we put a thank you because we're saying thank you to God that, all the great things that, have happened. I've done vision boards before, but by myself. This time we did it as a family, and we did it with Matt and I had gone through the first because I'm, was getting certified in the Green Gap, and then we wanted to go through it too as a family. So we did this vision board together with this vision of being debt free. And, on our vision board, you'll see, like, we want to move to Florida in 2.5 years. We have this vision I have a vision of running every single Disney race from now on that's ever, held in person. That's, fun. Like, what are some of the things that you had?
I had a fishing boat when we moved to Florida.
Yeah. We had on there too, another great thing that's already come true, is to give back. And we've just adopted a little boy through a ministry who's in Uganda, and we're going to be, we're adopting him, long distance, but we're going to be chatting with him through Zoom every month. So we're already setting that money aside and doing those things that we've put out on this vision board. So it's exciting to have this family vision together, the three of us.
That is awesome. So where do you position the vision board?
It's actually upstairs. We have a 2-floor house, and it's in the hallway outside of our bedroom. So we all walk by it and see it every
day, right?
Yeah.
I know in the ULA process that we went through a year ago, we made dream stickers about our goals for the next year. And we put those on a little surfboard, and I had that on my mirror the whole year. It was just staring at me on the bathroom mirror. So every day that was telling me, okay, are you working on this? Are you working on this one?
Yeah.
And that's great process. Vision board is an excellent idea. And that's actually suggested in the first lesson of the GAP course.
Yeah. And it's, we talk about this vision board. It's kind of like that dream big, for us, these are big dreams of things that we'd like to do. But like you said, if you're thinking about it and looking at it every single day, it's taking it into those little steps. Like, what little step am I doing to get us closer to that? Like, Am I, looking at our budget? Are Matt and I sitting down every month a few days before? Are we, not using our credit cards, but using a debit card? My son loves to eat out. He loves to eat out. And I think right now it's really hard because it's kind of like something fun. There's not a lot of fun stuff going on. But we have a rule, and we've had this rule for years. We eat out once a week. Do we break it once in a while? Yeah, we do. But when you eat out 2 and 3 times a week, how much money are you spending when we already spend a lot of money on, good, healthy groceries? So just things like that, if we can make those little choices and stick to them, it's going to help us to, meet those goals on our vision board.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about it. And that vision board also helps to keep in front of you what you're saving your money for.
Yeah.
So not only are you saving an emergency fund, but you're saving up money for big purchases like a car.
Yeah.
Like a home. Not that you may pay cash for everything, but it would be better if you didn't.
Yeah. And that's our plan.
Deal on a car if you pay cash for it than if you make 7 years of payments or 3 years of a lease payment.
Yeah.
It's just not a good program to be on.
And one thing I would like to say too about Green Gap, and you were talking about, we're saving for, that emergency fund, but you're also having fun along the way as well. So that's really important. I mean, we have a Disney trip planned this year. Like we've always been where, we save and we invest, with Matt's work and do all of those things, but we also have fun along the way as well. And I really love that piece. So whatever you can afford for your family with your budget and, using, the Green Gap, I think that's really an important thing.
Very much.
That's right. And you guys are doing something. You're doing a date every week this year, right?
Yes, we are. We have 52 first dates, we're calling it. We're kind of rekindling. I don't know. We realized that we have a really wonderful relationship, and we spend a lot of time together, but we're finding that the time we're spending together right now, which is still fun, it's working on our businesses, but we also realize that our marriage is at the core of our family. And we need to make sure that that's really strong. And, our son is old enough now where we can go out and, although we'll have to bring him takeout home. That's
we
right?
do have to bring him food.
But we can go out and focus on us. And dates don't have to be something that's expensive. We went on a hike last week. We went to a yoga class. We went to
this
lunch.
This is week 3.
This is week 3, so it's his turn to pick. So it doesn't have to cost a lot of money either, but it's just getting in that fun and that family time that will help to strengthen your marriage and your family. So yeah, we're really excited for it.
That's excellent. Well, we have definitely enjoyed talking to you two.
Yes,
Thank
we have
you.
too.
Our audience and your audience, whoever else is watching this, out there about the Green Gap and about what it can do for you.
Yep.
Any closing comments you'd like to make?
I just want to say thank you so much for having us on. We're so excited to connect with you and meet you and kind of share the ULA life with you. And I just think it's wonderful that you're bringing this to people on on your social media, and we will too. And we can show people, I think, that saving.
Anyone can do it.
Anybody can do it. And you can still have fun while you're doing it. And when you're doing it together as a family, first of all, it takes a burden off of one person, but you're all on the same page. And get your kids involved. Get your kids with your vision board and understanding as well that if we want these things, then there are things we need to do to meet that. So there's small goals to meet the big goals.
Right.
I so believe that it makes your marriage stronger. Oh, my voice. Yeah. You have to build this together so that you can build your marriage together and look at the future together.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, thanks you two again. You guys have a great evening.
Okay.
And we will see you next week out there in Facebook land and YouTube land and everywhere else. And we'll talk some more about the Green Gap next week.
Awesome.
Guys,
Take care, guys.
So
Thank you.
much. Thank you.